Hello, traders. It is Monday, September 14th. We're 2.5 hours into trading. Got a nice big gap higher. Had some merger activity. Gilead, Oracle, Nvidia, all of that has some excitement. Let's take a look at the market. You can also see that last week we tested the support level at the 50-day moving average. We're going to overlay that right now, and you can see how it comes into play here. I suspect that we're going to get a little bit of a bounce and then we come back and retest that low. Last week we had this low right here and instantly came back and retested it. We've got a third test right now, so I believe it's going to hold for a few days. We've got the FOMC statement on Wednesday. We can expect that to be extremely dovish, especially with the initial claims averaging about 900,000 each week and in the absence of any stimulus plan ahead of the election. So I think that the Fed's going to want to err on the side of caution. That should be pretty good for the market. Also, we've got quadruple witching coming up, so that will add some volatility to the market. Right now, I'm still playing it cautious on my swing trades. This sell-off right here, we'll see what happens as far as the rally goes. If it's a nice steady grind higher and we keep floating higher, I'm going to feel that the bid's pretty strong and that asset managers that miss this rally back in here are anxious to get back in, and then we would have a gradual little dip lower with a higher low. That's something that we can get behind, especially on a swing trading basis, on the notion that support's been established and that the market will continue to go higher, perhaps even check that all-time high. The other type of pattern that could unfold is that we get a couple of bullish days here and then whack, a long red candle below this 50-day moving average. If that happens, then we could go down to the 100-day moving average. I think right now this is a good time to be very cautious on swing trades. You can see horizontal resistance there around the 324 level. I think that also comes into play here. So day trading, different story. Got a lot of prospects. I did a video last night. I showed you some nice shorts. Those shorts obviously are not in play today because the 50-day moving average is holding up well. The caveat to doing any kind of bearish trades in that video, I made it abundantly clear right out of the gate. We must break the 50-day moving average. As long as that is intact, we do not short. So I did highlight Piton. That was one of the nice ones, and I like that actually as one of my shorts here today. You can see how the stock has had relative weakness, gap lower, continuing to drift lower. The clue for me on this one was that big bearish engulfing pattern right there. After earnings, that's the high, closed on the low. This candle is telling me that there's more selling pressure. You can see it on a 5-minute chart. There was the gap higher after earnings, and then Friday it spent the rest of the day selling off. Today, even with the market having a huge run up, it has been weak. I think the stock is going to continue to go lower. So as far as my day trading short, I like PTON, and you can see it right here on the heavy selling list. Let's take a look at Groupon. That's one that I shorted earlier today. Did pretty well on that. Take a look at that daily chart. Relative weakness. You can see how it's below this horizontal support level right now. You can see tails above body, and you can also see that resistance coming in at the $35 price. And now the stock is starting to roll over. I think this one's got some more downside as well. Chewy was another one that I highlighted in the video yesterday, and I said it's got to be below that 50-day moving average. If so, then I think it sets up a nice short. Earnings there after the close Thursday. That was the price action Friday. Very, very negative, closing on that 50-day moving average. You can see how it's below that point right now, and I think it's got an easy path down to the 100-day, which puts it at about 50 bucks. So I'm showing you a couple of shorts for day trading purposes, not for swing trading. Why? Because the market is not below the 50-day moving average. Market first, market first, market first. Everything we do is dictated by the market. So that is the primary focus. I like the fact that we've got 3 tests of the support level and the market continuing to float higher. Gaps higher are very difficult to day trade because it's harder to identify relative strength. All stocks rally with the market. We need that pullback. The stocks that hold up well during that market pullback are the real McCoys. I've got a couple lined up for you that I'm going to show you, though, on the long side. And we're going to go into our bullish searches. We're going to go into heavy buying. Take a look at what we've got there. Tesla is one of my favorites today. I traded it to the upside, did well on it. We had this nice little compression here that ended up being a bullish flag. You can see that downward sloping trend line and that breakout. We've got another little one right here, so perhaps one more leg higher on Tesla. But the daily chart also looks good. You can see how these 2 days when the market pulled back, the stock was able to hold its gains. Let's put up that 1 OSI indicator on a daily basis. You'll be able to see the orange line above zero. And it's just about above zero right here. That pullback right there was still weighing on it, but on a 2-hour basis, you'll see it clearly above zero right in there. So this stock is starting to gain some momentum. I like it. I think the stock can do well. I took a look at a possible bullish put spread on this one. You can see how that 50-day moving average comes into play at about 342. So here's the trade that I would do on a swing basis if you liked Tesla. Again, we've got the market bouncing today. We've got multiple support at that 50-day moving average. So I think you can try a swing trade. I would sell the I would sell the Tesla. This would be the October 2nd expiration date. I would sell the 340 put and buy the 339 put and do that for a 25-cent credit. So that would put us below this horizontal breakout, which is now support. It was confirmed right there. That also puts us below the 50-day moving average. We've only got about 2 weeks left in this trade. 3 weeks left in this trade. It will generate a 33% return if it expires worthless. How did I get 33%? We have a $1 spread between the strike prices. We brought in 25 cents. So $1 minus 25 cents is 75 cents. 75 cents is our max risk. 75 cents is what we need to put up in margin. 25 cents, the credit received, divided by 75 cents gives us 33% profit. I like that trade. We've got some really nice support levels that this stock should be able to hang on to. I believe the stock's going to continue to push higher. The market itself, I think we might have another good day or two, but I'm not real sure because we did see some selling pressure last week, and I am expecting that support at the 50-day moving average to be tested probably within the next week or so. I won't know until I see this price action unfold, but it would be unusual for it not to be checked. If that support fails, we've got some more downside, so tread cautiously. Keep your trades very short term. I've got a couple of other stocks that I really like today that look like they're setting up well. Let's take a look at those charts. DKNG just had an explosion alert on that one, and I'm going to bring that explosion alert up here. This is how they appear. You see the green box in the lower left corner. I know the average 20-day volume for every 5-minute increment for every stock. We're looking for huge volume spikes and huge price movement. And when we get them, it sets up well for a bullish explosion. We got that explosion alert right there. I had people in the chat room get long the stock. They made money. And don't take my word for it. I happen to be getting ready to do this recording, so I did not participate in that one. But you can see DKNG, bullish explosion. That was 4 minutes after 11. And we can go in and take a look at that. You can see the money that was made on that. So these bullish explosions are very, very powerful. That means that there's some kind of news coming out on the stock. When I get this explosion alert and the stock is able to hold all of the gains from that bar, and I see that heavy volume, I know it's going to continue to go higher. Here you can see how long green candle didn't quite close on the high, but we're right back at it. So the stock is continuing to fuel higher. Whatever the news is, it's going to be a pretty good one. Now, I don't hang on to it for $4 or $5 gains. If I'm in a stock that's a $40 stock and I can make $1 or $1.50 on it, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm in, I'm out, and we get these explosion alerts on a daily basis. So we're looking for horizontal breakouts. So that's another stock that you'll want to keep an eye on. We'll go into the daily chart. You know I like this one. This is one that I highlighted in my weekly swing trading video. I showed you that relative strength in here. Got football season opening. I think that they're probably going to do very well. And let's go into one other stock here that's on the list, TPR. This is also a really nice one. Got on this one early, downward sloping trend line, multiple support. You got the 50-day and 100-day moving average coming in just above the $14 level, downward sloping alert line. Long green candle closing on its high, able to advance a little bit on Friday, even during a soft market. And today it's through this horizontal resistance point. Really nice move. So I've been on this one, traded that for a gain today. Look at that steady price action. TPR, I think that stock continues to do well. NIO was just brought to my attention by a member in the chat room. And I like it. I think this stock has a chance to go higher. You can see the heavy volume here and the relative strength. We'll go into that daily chart and you can see how it's got support right here. That was horizontal resistance. Now that support, it touches that level once last week and then it runs higher. But during these days of selling last week, the stock held its own, and that's why that orange line is above zero. I can also put up the SPY overlay and you can see market gray line down, down, down. What the stock do? Holding up very nicely. Well, what relevance does that have to me? If this move were just a fake, and if profit takers were gnawing at the bit to take profits on this stock, when the market was down, wham, 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 they would have sold it hard. But when the profit takers were there trying to exit, they found that the bid was very strong. Every time they hit a bid, it replenished, hit a bid, it replenished, hit a bid, it replenished. That's because buyers are lined up on this one. I think this stock goes higher. I think it could challenge that high in the next couple of weeks. NIO looks very good. So on the short side, you got PTON. On the long side, you've got Tesla. You also have NIO, and you have TPR. Those are the stocks I like today. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss any of these videos. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.